So let me show you the charts on Near. So Near is a layer 1 protocol, just like Ethereum, Solana and Cardano. It's built using the programming language, both Solidity, that's Ethereum's programming language, and Rust as well, Solana's programming language. And Rust is apparently really easy to build with. So let's have a look at Near, because Near is something that I actually hold myself and am considering moving more Ethereum into Near. And I'll show you those charts as well. But this is Near versus the dollar on the monthly. I've charted the swings, the monthly swings and the weekly swings, even some of the daily swings are in there. And for example, this is why I do this. This is why I do this. Look at this monthly swing here. Look how it's being respected. Touch point here, resistance, 2, 3 resistance, resistance, support, support. Look at the close there. That's support. That support there. Yeah. Even where we are right now, here, if I switch it to the monthly, you'll be able to see it's acted as resistance even here. Yeah, so this is why it's important to chart these things. They're just areas of interest and you can plan appropriately, right? Coming up into this monthly swing, you can take your profits. You know, that could be an area of place where you choose to take your profits. So it's important to get those swings in there the same way as this swing here. Look at that resistance, you know, and this is back in 2022. Support came back down out here, back up, resistance. Okay, what did it do when it finally broke out? Had a bit of resistance here going in, came back up, pushed above it, used it as support before making a move again. Okay, so it's important to chart these things and you can make a plan. This is where you can start to create if and then statements. So that's why it's important. So let's zoom in a little bit. Let's see what we can see. So let's dive into the 6 hour on Near. And the last time I made a Near video, or I covered Near, we were tracking this, this rising wedge, which is typically a bearish pattern when we break down out of it. You can see we closed above, but we wasn't able to close any more than one candle. We didn't even really close one candle above. We came straight back down. You can see all these areas are sort of somewhat being respected. It's harder to see it on a 6 hour, and this is why you have to zoom out sometimes, you know, you have to zoom out sometimes. So let's have a look at it in a bit more detail. Let me see if I can get this on my screen properly. So yeah, what I've been tracking is this trend line. I've just drawn a simple trend line, a resistance trend line going down. I want to see Near break that, right? I want to see Near break that and get on top of this, and get on top and hold this monthly swing. Okay, I want to see it hold. If Bitcoin shits the bed, it is not going to do it. Keep that in mind. If Bitcoin shits the bed, it is not going to do it. It's very likely Near is going to come down and retest this weekly swing here. Okay, it's going to test this weekly swing. So that's why you want to have that on your charts. So I'm going to back up my fibs now. You know I like to back up my fibs. So let me back up my fibs. I don't like, now when I back up my fibs, what I want to do when I'm looking for support, you're grabbing the swing low to the swing high. I'm not going to grab this particular swing low here. I want to grab this low here. And that's because there's a lot of other swing lows here. It's a bit messy. I don't like to do that. So I'm going to scroll out a bit more into the daily. You can see it cleans it up for me. So I'm going to grab this swing low. Let's see where it gets us into that swing high. And let's see. So you can see Near, if you look at it on the daily, we've already touched this 50%. We haven't broken this trend line, but we've touched the 50% already. So my areas of interest are like this 50% area, which is $6.96 and a 618, $6.726. Now it obviously depends on what Bitcoin's going to do. I'm kind of waiting to see what Bitcoin does. I'm trading a lot of leverage trades at the moment. My spot positions are in, and that's just where I am. An area of interest for me with Near, okay, if you need to get into Near, that's sort of like the very least area you want to get into at this stage whenever this video goes up. Okay, but for me, I want to see another test. I'd like to see another double bottom. Okay, I'd like to see a double bottom, because if Bitcoin starts to break down a little bit, that's where I would target my sort of entries. I'm being a bit greedy. It might not get there, but I've got a stack of Near already, so that's okay. So that comes in at $6.13. So keep that on your charts. But what if Bitcoin was to take a real big dump? And that's where I'm going to go to the weekly. I'm going to have a look at the weekly. I'm going to grab this swing here, okay, on the weekly. I'm going to grab this swing here all the way to the top. And where does that come into? Because we want to know what's going on, right? And we want to look for some confluence. And the 50% comes in at $4.91. Now I would round it up to $5, maybe just above $5 to make sure my entries hit. Okay, so I will put some orders on there. I'll also put orders on the 618 at $4.26. You also might want to put some entries on this swing, on the closes of this swing here, which is at $3 AE3. You might be thinking it won't get there. Trust me, if Bitcoin shits to bed, it will. It will get there. Okay, it will get there. So layer in your bets. Layer in your bets. You want to have a limit order down here. If near something you're interested in, then that's something you might want to do. So you're layering in less money up there and more money as we drop down. So keep that under in your plan. Keep that in your plan. So that's near. Let's have a look at near versus ETH quickly. So near versus ETH should be quite interesting. I haven't looked at this in a little while, but it's important to make sure that your altcoin is outperforming ETH and it's outperforming Bitcoin. And you want to make sure it's doing that because ETH is a much less riskier altcoin bet versus near, right? It's more established. It's got more developers, more total value locked. You know, this is more riskier. This is certainly more riskier. So, you know, if you look at DeFi Llama, have a quick look at DeFi Llama, you can see Ethereum, the total value locked on Ethereum, 52.63 billion. You know, where's near? Near's not even near. Near's in probably part of others. Okay, so it's important to know where your altcoin stands in relation to everything else, because when things go down, this is going to tank. This will tank, but the upside is a lot more. So near versus ETH, is that what we are now? No, let's go to near versus ETH. Yep, here's near versus ETH. Now the reason why I have gone into near and buying more, using my ETH to purchase near, is because of this inverse head and shoulders pattern. So there's the left shoulder, there's the head, and there's the right shoulder. That in as well as one of my friends who's gone into near has shown me about. So he was spot on with this. He bought it real low, so kudos to him and thanks for him to bring this to my attention, really. But that's what I'm tracking, the inverse head and shoulders. There's the neckline, right? There's the neckline, and there's a target. The target up here, okay, 0.004911 of an ETH. Okay, so here's my thesis. You know, it would be nice if it comes down. I've got another buy order here to swap some of my ETH for near. I've also got another buy order at this 50% here, which comes in at 0.0014, and also the 618. Okay, the 618 is sort of like the last area, and if it starts to close beneath that, if near starts to close beneath that, I'm gonna reconsider my thesis on that. You know, and it's very likely that I'll get out of near. What I'll do with it, I don't know, but I'll judge it accordingly, and that's what I'll do. But that is my position with near. Okay, that is my position with near. We've gotten above these resistance points here. You can see there it's acted as support, so that's my first area, and you can see we're conforming to this trend line right here. So getting at an area of significance is important. The neckline, 50%, and 618. So near's looking good. Near can do some good stuff. Where can near go to? So yeah, like with most cryptos, well, cryptos that have been performing really good at this bull run, near has done fantastic. It is above, this is a bit messy for you guys. Let me just delete that one, delete this one. We are holding above the golden ratio right here. We're holding above. Okay, we're holding above. So we're doing really well. But as I said, it can come back down to this 50% down here, the larger 50%, $4.482. So that's another area of confluence you want to look at because it can do that. You can do that. So these resistance points here, these swing highs. So keep an eye on it. But near can do good stuff. Near can do really good stuff right here. You know, if I was to, so let's go to the monthly. Let's grab our trend-based fib extension. Let's grab the all-time low. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to grab the all-time low to the all-time high, and then the swing, the higher low down here, and let's have a look, because at least we can track it. So here's where we are really. I like to track up to at least the 1.618, and that's up here at $33. Near could easily reach $33. That is a good place to sort of take profits from or start layering out. And the 2618 is at $54. So yeah, near's looking tasty, and you consider where we are right now. That's a lot of money. So place your bets. It's up to you. But good luck on that, you know. And what do I know? But have a good day.